genuine development of the Niger Delta region. It's not like the Ogoni cleanup that we had. When the government of General Buhari came on power, they said they want to clean Ogoni land. 7 years after, what has happened? We are still talking about cleaning of Ogoni land. There is no sincerity of purpose. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the government must be prepared to do whatever is needed. I talked about rail connection that will connect the entire Niger Delta. I talked about Patani Road. I talked about federal roads in their area. I'm talking about electricity. They are flaring gas in the Niger Delta for over 60 years. Yet, there's no light in the area. There's no water. My community, Queenstown, the place is about being washed off by the tidal wave. Because we are at the bite of the Atlantic, the bite of Biafra, so to say. Yet, they've been awarded contracts and they've been eating the money. So the government must rise up to the occasion and take care of the people. Like I said, it's only logical. It makes economic sense when you see what's needed to be done and you do it, knowing that that is where your wealth comes from. When this present APC government came to power, they promised that they were going to diversify the economy. To what extent did you see that? What we're seeing is millions or billions of naira being spent in search of oil at the Chad Basin. They say oil is going to be extinct. It's not going to be fashionable again in some years to come. What do they plan to? They plan to leave the region like that? Look, I have come to warn and draw attention of the government of Nigeria to the fact that I have said it, that if they don't take care of this hen that lays the golden egg, they shouldn't be surprised if the hen dies. God forbid.
The hen will not die, definitely.
We pray.
Mr. Ronda, let me quickly ask this question. It appears like we are too fixated on the central government, and we ask little or nothing from those who are closer to us, namely the state government, the local authorities, and the rest of them. And you also recall that recently there was a Pandora box open on the Niger Delta Development Commission. A lot of things are happening there, and people, most of these corporates, are Niger Deltans themselves. How do you reconcile this?
I said earlier on that the Niger Delta Ministry, the Niger Delta Development Commission, and some of these parastatals of government were not open for Niger Delta. They just it's a small screen to siphon money. Recall in that Pandora box that was opened, Chief Akpabio, or Mr. Akpabio, the minister, the honorable minister, was to reveal names of people who have been taking the contracts which they never executed. And the head of that panel said, Honorable Minister, it's okay. Off your mic. Why didn't you let him mention names? I said, when you're big, you're big. When you're small, you're small. They have seen Niger Delta people that we are small, that they can squeeze us, because if they made you chairman of that whatever, caretaker head or whatever, of any of those bodies, agencies, if you don't play ball, they will remove you and brand you one name. That's why I say there is too much hypocrisy. My community needs to be sandfilled and embanked. It needs it urgently before we get washed off by the tidal wave of the Atlantic. But nothing is happening. And money is coming out of the place. There is no water. Potable water is non-existent. No electricity. We cannot fish, we cannot farm. How can we survive? Do they want people to go back to the creeks? That shouldn't be an option. So the government must do the needful. It must develop the place. We don't need any disruption in the flow of oil, since all our life is dependent on the oil. Since we cannot do anything else but wait for the oil. But is it not even shameful that our forefathers, we are exporting our men, strongest of men, away to the Europeans, to the Americans, into slavery? They went and developed the rest of the world, leaving Africa behind. After that, it became time of cash crops. The cocoa of Western Nigeria, the granite pyramids of Northern Nigeria, the palm produce of Southeast, they were all exported, exporting these things in crude state. Nobody has thought of refining it, even through the first process. Now, in the 21st century, we are so shamelessly exporting crude oil in a crude state. That's why we are poor. We will keep on making mistakes. We will keep on making mistakes after mistakes, if we don't do the needful, if we don't repair the damages we have caused in the other people. A country where prayer houses are buying off production houses in their hundreds, thousands. What do you expect? Poverty, abject poverty. That's why we are the home to the greatest number of poverty-stricken, impoverished people in the world. So much wealth, yet so much more poverty. What a shame.